So I am working on my 2005 Kia Sedona minivan. It has a 3500 engine in it, and I'm changing the camshaft position sensor. The engine code reader listed camshaft position sensor. Instead of taking it to a mechanic and paying $100 to have it diagnosed, I'm spending $100 and just replacing it. I bought the better quality at CarQuest, the better of the two available, or the more expensive of the two, I should say. But the camshaft position sensor mounts right down here behind this pulley. The wire runs around up through here and it plugs into this bracket. There's other videos on YouTube on how to take it apart, so I wasn't too worried about doing that. But what I did want to show is when you take this apart, this engine cover traps all the heat in here, and it has just baked all the plastic. So all of these wire looms, you touch them and it just crumbles, falls apart. The problem you're going to have is when you move these wires around, all that crumbling is going to go right down there, right on top of your water pump pulley. And you really don't want to start it and have that stuff flopping around in the pulley and in your timing belt. So have your vacuum ready with that long narrow spout. And when I put this back together, I'm going to leave this pretty little feminine engine cover off so that it will let some of that heat escape, and maybe it'll quit baking everything onto my car. The other thing it's baking is this valve cover. You'll want to be careful with these because this little ridge here that the gasket runs in it's doing the same thing. It's just brittle. If you pick it up, you know, it's liable to just crumble off in your hand. So don't drop it, don't sneeze on it. And thank the people that want to make their engines look pretty for who knows why. So anyway, matter of fact, even the little clip here that holds the wire into that hole, it basically just crumbles apart. So it slips in there like that, bolts in behind there, this part clips into there, and actually it goes in that way. So that part's, you know, there's other videos on there that are pretty good about getting this part off, but pretty simple job if you know how to turn a crescent wrench or a socket wrench. It's pretty self-explanatory. So there's where I'm. So here we are all put together, just so you can kind of see where everything goes. To get these clips off, to get them out of the way, there's that little button in the top. Just push something in there, push that button down, and the whole thing slips off. There is how the wiring is routed. Just so you know, like I say, it's a simple job. 4 screws, one right back in there. And there's 3 more around the edges. Some more of the plastic crumbling off when I was putting it together. And a whole bunch along the front edge. So like I say, this is as far as I'm going to put it together. I'm going to leave this top cover off, and maybe it'll keep some of that heat off. I don't drive through mud puddles, so I expect nothing to get splashed up on top of my engine.